It's a Louis G's wrestling take. Yesterday, WWE had Bash in Berlin, which has now dethroned Money in the Bank 2023 in London as the highest grossing arena show in WWE history. And it's another example of how international crowds of WWE and international fans of WWE really take premium live events to a whole different level. I mean, next premium live event we have is Bad Blood, and that's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, which, I can't remember when was the last time a WWE premium live event, aside from one of the big four, was in the United States. I think, was it? I think it was, yeah, kind of hard to remember. But going into the show, it was a really great show. The crowd was excellent. The fans were excellent. I liked hearing the Eins fein Dreien. It was the count in German. And there were only 5 matches, but I think they all delivered in some way, shape, or form. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens was, I thought, a really good match. I like that Kevin Owens finally is put into the WWE Championship title picture. I mean, he deserves to be this for a long time. I mean, I'm actually hoping that Owens gets at least one more run with a world championship. I mean, this guy was there at the start of the Bloodline saga. He really helped elevate it. He was part of that epic match with Sami Zayn and teaming up against the Usos. The story that he's had in the WWE is just really long. I mean, I got a lot of respect for Kevin Owens as a performer. I was surprised at the end of the match Owens didn't turn heel. I mean, we all knew Cody was going to win, but we were also kind of thinking that Kevin Owens was going to turn heel because it's kind of been alluding to that when Owens is saying, "You want the old Kevin Owens back? All right, I'll give it to you." And that what we were seeing, he was kind of like wearing red. It's a bit more like heelish attire. He started using his old finisher, the pop-up powerbomb, more often as a solid one, not just the KO stunner. And he's given more alludes because Kevin Owens is without a doubt greater as a heel. I mean, come on, we love it. This was excellent when we saw his feud with Sami Zayn. It was interesting when he turned his back on Chris Jericho in 2017. And again, like, Kevin Owens has his best moments as a heel, so of course, like, him turning heel against Cody Rhodes would make a lot of sense here. I was surprised that it didn't happen, but maybe they're saving it for Bad Blood or something. But I think a Kevin Owens heel turn is not far out. Like, maybe it might happen on SmackDown this week, but keep an eye on it. I think it's going to happen. The next match I want to talk about is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. This was between Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill versus the Unholy Union, which is Alba Frey and Isla Dawn. It's a solid match. I like the combination of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I think they're both great. They're great women who have a lot of strength. They're really good in the ring. And, I predicted a few months ago that them winning the women's tag team championships and teaming together, I think, was so much shape or form. There's eventually going to be a breakup where I feel like either Bianca Belair would turn heel or Cargill would turn heel. I thought it makes sense if Bianca turned heel because I think we haven't really seen what she can do as a heel. And I think that'd be a very interesting storyline to explore and really see how this pans out, and that these two can have a match against each other. I kind of thought maybe it was going to happen at SummerSlam, but that didn't happen. But kind of like what I said about Kevin Owens, one of them is going to turn on each other and turn heel, and I think we are going to get a match between these two. It's just a matter of when. But I like that they won the Women's Tag Team Championships. Solid match. The third match is, of course, match I was really looking forward to: CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. And I in a strap match. And also keep in mind, this was CM Punk's this wasn't the first time CM Punk was in a strap match. He was wrestling Umaga in 2009 at Extreme Rules, where he beat Umaga in a strap match. And this also marks CM Punk's first win in the WWE in a singles match, well, at least on television. I mean, he had won a couple matches against Dominic Mysterio, but those were at live shows, weren't on TV. His first live televised win in over 10 years. That's something. And also, I was surprised to see CM Punk wear the exact same ring gear he wore at AEW All In 2023, the same event where he had that altercation with Jack Perry and got fired from the company. I was surprised by that, really. I mean, and on a quick side note here, I didn't watch AEW All In, but I seen a couple highlights. Some of the matches were good. I like seeing the highlights from MJF versus Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland. I like seeing Bryan Danielson finally get some good respect and get a run with the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Definitely to be one of the best in-ring performers that I've seen, and I'm just glad that he's getting this good recognition. Now, going back to CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, this was an excellent match. I mean, again, we got to see more just how much these men have a hatred for one another. Well, we don't know what's the case because I think like we're seeing some photo of them just casually chilling together at a Raw show, and you can call like, hey, Curtain Call 2.0. But it was a great match, a lot of great physical storytelling, and it'd be interesting to see where it goes from here. Like CM Punk did say that he might contend for the World Heavyweight Championship, and we could see like Drew starting to like turn all the things Punk did to him back onto Punk, and we might get a match between these two at Bad Blood to really sort of wrap up this feud, and where things can move on. Like we could eventually get a feud between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. That depends on when he comes back. He'll probably come back like sometime soon, and to feud with Bronson Reed while Reed continues to move up the cards. And, Reed's push is a discussion for another day. But we got to remember, like, CM Punk and Seth Rollins is the feud that everyone was looking to see when Punk returned to WWE, considering, like, the actual history between these two guys and, what they were doing off camera. And, how Seth Rollins had an interesting reaction at Survivor Series would be really cool to watch as well. But good match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Fourth match is, of course, the Terror Twins, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, versus the new Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio, and the Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Liv Morgan. I thought it was a pretty good match. I like seeing Damian Priest get a lot more recognition. I could definitely feel it. I mean, I liked him as the World Heavyweight Champion. I got a lot of respect for him. I liked the build-up between him and Gunther for SummerSlam, which I think also worked really well. And I think that's what made him the favorite, even though fans had a feeling that Finn Balor was going to turn on Damian Priest and he would lose the World Heavyweight Championship. And, I think, again, it was a good match. It's interesting to see how much Rhea and Damian are a power force in the WWE. I mean, these guys were the two original members of the Judgment Day. This was it was them with Edge before eventually Edge got kicked out. Finn Balor came in, and then later Dominic Mysterio came in. But really good match from Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio. Be interesting to see where this goes from here. We might see more stuff at Bad Blood. We might get a match between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I can definitely see that, and that was a good match. Of course, we got the main event, Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. This was Gunther's first time, I think, main eventing a premium live event, and what a match it was. I mean, Triple H says this rematch is coming after, what happened at King of the Ring, and it was, again, a really good match between two great performers, one on the rise, the other a well-respected veteran of the WWE. I mean, I was kind of thinking like it'd be cool if Randy won. I mean, like we could see like him trying to get closer to trying to break Ric Flair's World Championship record. And, this could even be led into maybe the final match between him and John Cena, depending on whether or not that happens in 2025. I mean, it should definitely happen. I mean, come on, it's John Cena, Randy Orton. This is like one of the best rivalries in WWE history. These guys got to have at least one more match against each other. And, it was a great match. There was a lot of good near falls. There was a lot of good moments, some good physical storytelling, some great in-ring performances, and I liked at the end seeing how Randy gave Gunther his respect, and it'll be interesting to see who is next in line to face Gunther. I mean, will we get a Braun Breaker match? I mean, I don't really know who else there is right now. I mean, maybe there might be a Damian Priest rematch. I think maybe tomorrow night on Raw, Adam Pearce will talk about saying, okay, we'll determine like who the next number one contender will be for Gunther, and but yeah, with whatever with that. But overall, Bash in Berlin was a really good show, had a lot of really good matches. Later today is NXT No Mercy. I might do a separate video on that, if depending on if I'm able to see the match and check out some highlights from it. But Bash in Berlin, really good show. I would give it a 4 out of 5. Because I think these premium live event shows in international are good. The crowds are good. The match qualities are, I'd say, like above average, like really above average. I'd say I put them like they're each like worthy of like 4. They're at least 4-star matches, and again, some really good wrestling. And this is just again another great example of how far the WWE has come under the leadership of Triple H. This has been a Louis G's Wrestling Take. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to comment your thoughts down below, and I will see you next time.